Hey, I'm just having a cup of tea because I've just spent an hour at the vet's restraining my crazy dog so they could try and get some matted hair from under his armpits and between his toes. The joys, the joys. Anyway, I'm back now, and the first thing looking at the news is the leaders of Azerbaijan at the COP meeting saying that oil and gas are gifts from God and they should be celebrated, etc., etc. And then on the flip side, you've got Starmer saying we're the first to stop using coal, and you know, we're stopping this, stopping that, stopping this, stopping that, and we're going to get rid of emissions by 81%. I really don't know what emissions those are going to be unless it's us, because we're already towards the country at the bottom of the pile when it comes to the emissions we produce in the world. So I really don't know what more we can do. And like I said, until the, 20 countries above us who nearly have double the amount of emissions get down to whereabouts we are, a responsible leader should tell everyone to do one politely and come back to us when they're all down to the levels we are. I think the problem we have, as I said, is we've got the worst government at the worst time. And like everything that's ruining Britain and going wrong is everything to do with ideologies rather than science, facts, logic, rational thinking. And this government are the most ideological I've ever known, period. And it takes real gumption and honour to stand up on the world stage and go, do you know what? I think we've made a mistake here. And we're just going to pause things and just kind of let the lie of the land settle, see how things go and how other countries go before we just, shove our foot firmly down right to the floor with the accelerator to head towards the cliff, because nobody else seems to be following this route. Like so many things, I feel like I'm living on a parallel universe where, to me, the facts seem obvious, the rational, logical thinking seems obvious, and what we should be doing seems obvious, but then the opposite seems to happen. People need to come together, and heads of businesses, the car industry, oil, you name it, they need to really sit down with Starmer and stand their ground, really, in trying to protect this country going further into the pits of despair. And when you understand that CO2 is the gas of life and we're at record lows, and CO2 only amounts to 0.04% of the atmosphere, of which 3% is man-made, the rest is all volcanoes and oceans, and then you look at where we are in the solar system and the size of the sun, and you really understand that, doing all this madness and shipping all this metal to cover our little green and pleasant land from rubbish from China, it's not going to do anything but damage and destroy this great little island, which used to be great. We need a Trump who sees things for what they are and is willing to stand up and go against the tide of groupthink and just say what everyone else is thinking. CO2 is good. The UK doesn't need to do any more about our emissions. We just need more nuclear plants designed by Rolls-Royce, amazing, and potentially look at a green fuel that we can produce. Then use our own gas and our own oil, even a little bit of coal, potentially a little bit of tidal, and then you've spread your risk and you're using your own resources and you're not buying things from overseas at great expense and great environmental cost transporting it all. You're not covering our lands in metal. You're not killing wildlife. It's not rocket science. And we need more and more people to stand up to the likes of Starmer and Miliband and make them see reality.